What's up everyone, Darcblade here with a breakdown of the Developer Diary 5 for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This Developer Diary covers the third free update. Developer Diaries are put on by Capcom, highlighting some of the upcoming content and what they have planned for the game. And earlier today, Capcom put on another one. So in this video, I'm going to quickly break down what was included in the update into a more bite-sized video. So the diary started off with Ryozo Tsutimoto and his team introducing themselves again, and then showing off the Furious Rajang and Raging Brachydios trailer again. Afterwards, they went into a bit more detail about these monster variants. They started off talking about Furious Rajang and how the monster is always in its golden state, which for the normal Rajang is its enraged state, but with Furious Rajang, when it becomes enraged, the golden fur will start to sparkle. This will give you the indication that it is enraged, although you can always look down on the corner in the minimap to see if it is enraged if you can't tell. But anyway, they went on to say they've added more long range and mid range attacks for Furious Rajang, and then they went on to talk about how the monster has no tail. Normally with Rajang, when it becomes enraged, its tail is your main target to hit as it will cause the monster to power down, but Furious Rajang has no tail, so instead we've been advised to go for the head. Just be aware of his pinning attack, which I assume is going to be the monster's ultimate that could probably one-shot. But anyway, they then went on to tell us a little bit and show off the Furious Rajang armor, as well as the Palico armor. They said it does contain a new set bonus, but they didn't specify what it was in the video. But I'm sure we'll find out what it is sooner than later. Now personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Furious Rajang, if I'm honest. I personally would have liked to have seen a variant of Nagakuga or Barioth, so we could get updated versions of their armor. I also think this new variant of Rajang is being introduced too soon after we got the base version of Rajang, but some people may appreciate the monster. Anyway, they then went on to talk about Raging Brachydios. This new variant of Brachydios is a larger and slower version, but as a result it has more volatile slime. The slime will basically explode when hit and is a little bit more unpredictable. They've also given the monster more AoE blast attacks, and there's a new way of dealing with the monster. Hunters can attack the slime-covered parts that will cause that part of the monster's body to become inactive in regards to slime attacks, but the slime will instead drop off the monster body part that is attacked, dropping to the floor and exploding. There's also a unique aspect to Raging Brachydios, which is in the final phase of the monster, it will retreat to a specific part of the map. This looks like one of the areas in the Guiding Lands. Here, hunters will be warded off and prevented from escaping, so farcasters and that won't work. Also, they said traps don't work either when you're in this final phase and final area. The only way out is to faint. This is going to be interesting because I'm wondering if we're going to be able to fight Raging Brachydios anywhere else other than the Guiding Lands, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, they then went on to show off the armor, which does still contain the Agitator Secret set bonus, which is good as it gives us an upgraded version of an armor set that has that set bonus, and they also showed off the cute Palico armor. Now when it comes to the two new variants, this is the one I'm most excited for, although I'm a little bit worried or concerned that we're only going to be able to face this monster in the Guiding Lands, but as always we'll have to wait and see when the monster is released on the 23rd of March. But anyway, the team then went on to talk about various system updates, including a new layered armor system for weapons. This is probably to alleviate and address the criticism in regards to the way certain weapons look. Basically, with weapons that you can augment, you can now select a layered option to customize the look of various weapons. Apparently you can change the base and the attachment of a weapon, so potentially you can customize different parts of said weapon. Now this layered option for weapons is coming around in March with the third free update, but we'll only cover some of the weapons. In April there'll be an additional update that will allow for even more customization. In regards to this change, I don't have too much of a huge opinion. Yes, some of the weapons were boring, but this should alleviate some of the criticism maybe. Anyway, they then went on to talk about updated rewards for the Hunter Helper system, including being able to receive jewels and armor spheres. And then they talked about a new item for the Guiding Lands called the Banishing Ball. This is an item unique to the party or quest leader, and it allows them to throw it at a monster in the Guiding Lands, causing them to leave the zone almost immediately. So this could be good for players who lack monster lures, or to get rid of an annoying monster. The team then went on to highlight a few additional changes that are coming with this update, also known as patch 13.00. This included information, for example, we're getting more levels to upgrade our armor, as well as new levels for charms. Of course, when the patch is released, there'll be a dedicated video elsewhere on the channel going into details about all of these changes that were included in this patch. But next up, Capcom then went on to talk about Room and DLC. This is paid DLC. Now whilst Capcom do give us a lot of free content in the forms of new monsters and such, they do have a few things you can buy for an additional charge. With this update comes the Pure Decadence room. This will change your room into a decadent palace. That includes more music, more figures you can buy, more pendants you can buy, and stickers. They're also giving us new hairstyles based on the NPCs in Monster Hunter World Iceborne, but the hairstyles can be downloaded for free. So if you're interested, check out your various stores. But anyway, Capcom then went on to talk about the next seasonal event known as the Full Bloom Fest. This is a seasonal event based all around roses and flowers. This is going to be released on April the 10th, and of course it will contain all the usual stuff you would find with seasonal events. So daily limited bounties, pretty much all the event quests, a new version of the snowmen, new armors and layered armors, and even new event quests. Two of the highlights that stood out with the new event quests included an event quest that allows you to craft a pair of dual blades that look like fish, and a downy crate head armor, which appears to be layered head armor. It's going to be interesting to see if they give us a quest that will allow us to craft layered armors of other head armor we've been able to obtain through other event quests, but we'll have to wait and see. Also during this there'll be new guild cards, and as always when more information about this seasonal event comes around there'll be a dedicated video. But anyway, the team then went on to talk about upcoming updates. These are in no particular order or release date per se. First of all, in April they're going to be releasing a Master Rank Kulftaroth. Now this is going to be slightly different to the normal Kulftaroth siege. It's not going to be a siege at all, it's going to be instead an event quest where we have to slay Kulftaroth. And as a result, the materials we can get from it can be used to upgrade the normal Kulftaroth weaponry. From what they said, it sounds like it's going to be a system similar to the Safi'jiiva weapons where we upgrade the weapons that way, but we'll have to wait and see. However, if you've got rid of your Kulftaroth weapons accidentally or don't actually have any yet, you'll still have to take part in the siege to obtain the base versions of the weapons. So there is still a reason for the Kulftaroth siege in the game. My heart did sink a little bit when I heard about Kulftaroth returning, as I am completely done with that monster still, spent too much time farming it, and I'm just kind of sick of it. But if it's not in siege format, it may be a bit more bearable, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, they then gave us a tease at the first arch-tempered monster that will be making its way to Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This will be Namiel, so I'm hoping that we'll get some form of Gamma armor set that contains the Namiel set bonus, which is great for elemental weapons. And then finally for this update they showed off one new trailer, the Alatreon trailer. The returning Elder Dragon is making its way to the game with the full free title update, which comes out in May. For those of you who aren't aware of this Elder Dragon, it's a monster that has elemental fluctuations, shall we say. It basically switches elements during a hunt, so hunters really have to be on their toes. Whilst I'm glad to see another monster making its way to Iceborne, I personally would have preferred to see another monster, but it would be hard for Capcom to please everyone. Like I said, I personally would have liked to have seen Gorn Magala, but I understand that introducing that monster to the game might actually mess up a few things thanks to the whole frenzy virus thing. But that's about it for the 5th Developer Diary. What are your thoughts? Is there anything that stood out for you? Leave a comment down below, and until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you a breakdown and highlight video of the Developer Diary 5 in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Hope you enjoyed the little video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.